Welcome, one and all, to the K.O.E Nation for a very special and long time coming Spirits review of Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye. So, folks, the single barrel craze hit everybody. It hit Jack Daniel's hard. This is Single Barrel Rye Tennessee Rye Whiskey, 47% alcohol by volume from Lynchburg, Tennessee. So let's see. Our single barrel Tennessee Rye Whiskey draws complex flavors of ripe fruit mingled with light toasted oak notes, creating a taste rich with spice and a pleasant lingering finish. We will be the judge of that, folks. So, as you know, we entered Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye into the Rye Whiskey Tournament, and it did not fare well. A lot of other different ryes fared a lot better. But let's see how this one fares in its solo review here. As you can see, this bottle has been used in a lot of different videos. And Tony G, big fan of rye whiskey. I'm probably just going to let him polish this one off. So, folks, this is with my Nebraska Bourbon Society glass. Yes, because I'm that kind of cool. Got me a Nebraska Bourbon Society glass for this review. And I know it's rye whiskey, but you know, come on, close enough. It's Jack Daniel's. There's quite a bit of corn in there. So, folks, let's take this up to the nose. Kind of an oily mint is what you're getting. It's very weak, but an oily mint. So this one's definitely had some time to settle in the bottle. I've probably had this bottle for about 2 years now. So let's see. Slanjava. The flavor is all oak and mint. If you love rye whiskey, this is a whiskey you will love. Yeah, that's what I'm getting is oaky mint. The rye mint and oak, and that is all. Oh yeah, a little bit of that that signature Jack Daniel's solvent. So there you go. You're getting oaky mint. None of the butter comes through. And the Jack Daniel's solvent smell that you're used to does come through in the palate. Well, it's not there on the nose, but it is there in the palate this time. Oh boy. So this is one that you're either going to love it or hate it. This is one of those whiskeys where it's either going to be your favorite whiskey in the world, or it's going to be your least favorite whiskey in the world with no middle ground. So that's the reality of Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye. If you've got a rye lover in your life, this will be one of the favorite things they've ever had. If you've got a friend that's not that big into rye whiskey, I would recommend something else, even in the Jack Daniel's line, just a single barrel Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey. They would probably prefer much greater. And that's my preference anyways. So, folks, for those who don't know, we grade on a 5-star scale. 5 meaning you have to have it before you shuffle off this mortal coil. 0 meaning pass it on by. The K.O.E Nation has advised you well. So, we're going to grade this as a rye whiskey. As a whiskey. Cask-aged spirit. It's shelving. And for those new to the show, the secret 5th question. So, as a rye whiskey, I'm going to say this is a very good proof of type for rye whiskey if you love rye whiskey. So I'm going to give this 3.5 stars as a rye. Now, in terms of as a whiskey, you're limited in what you can do in terms of cocktailing here. You're limited in, and I think putting it on the rocks would probably diminish the few really outstanding flavors you're getting. So I'm going to go 2.75 as a whiskey. As a cask-aged spirit, I'm going to go 2.5. It's right in the middle there, but it's really not much more in my eyes. I'll be honest with you. This is a bottle I have not been impressed with. It's something that I've let other people drink. I've, mixed it with cola. If I have guests over and it's like, hey, can I have a drink? First thing I hand to them if I know they're the kind of person that's not a whiskey aficionado or snob, if you will. So, in terms of Cascade Spirit, yeah, 2.5. Shelving, this is a definitive bottom shelf for me, despite the fact that despite the fact that it would be a top shelf for quite a few people. For me, this is a bottom shelf. In terms of the secret fifth question, when this bottle runs empty, will I seek another one? Actually, will I seek another bottle of this Tennessee single barrel rye? No, because what I would recommend is Jack Daniel's single barrel picks. If you can get your hands on a Jack Daniel's single barrel store pick, like this is one from Wine, Beer, and Spirits, unopened, I'm saving this for a very special occasion. If you can get your hands on one of these, you will cherish it. The single barrel Tennessee whiskey store picks, ascendant. I can't compliment these enough. I am not a lover of Jack Daniels. I'm not a big fan of them. These are worth it. Now, their regular single barrel, I didn't think was that good, but their store picks are ascendant. So, like, that's just something to keep in mind. Like, their standard single barrel, I thought was okay, but the single barrel store picks, amazing stuff. I find myself sipping on it more than a bourbon snob like myself likes to admit. It's the store picks, if you can get them, A+. Make sure they're the gold label store picks. So, folks, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, this bottle of Jack Daniels has put in good service in Castle K.O.E. for a long time, but now I'm going to give it to T when he comes over, because I know he loves rye whiskey, and he will appreciate the last bit of this bottle far more than I. So, folks, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. God bless every last one of you, and I hope all of you make it back to the KOE Nation. Happy, healthy, much the wiser. Until next time, folks.
Here and see if it just smooths itself out.
Back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you. Raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost. We gotta take it down. Let you down slow. It's hard to survive. El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.